Chasing the trail of exploring RC crawling? Well, guess what? RC Quality Coffee brings you morning wisdom, the latest rig tunings, and pro tips that you'll need. So call the vet and stick around.
Welcome back, guys. Today we got Jason and Oscar. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
We want to get to know you guys, get a little bit of story background, what got you into this hobby, and how it started off. Who wants to go first?
I guess I could start off first. So actually, the first time I came crawling was right here, actually, right on this wall right here. We had a few 24s that we got from NorCal. After work, we thought, hey, let's go to the Vista Park and let's crawl. And then we just crawled on this rock with these stock rigs. I mean, they did terrible, but it was still fun just being out there and being able to crawl. And I mean, I had a basher before, but I was never really into going fast and always break stuff all the time. And then the crawling was just, I guess, more my style. And I realized, oh, this is fun. And then this is early in its days, you know, so the SCX24s didn't really have any mods, you know, so you have to do whatever you can, you know, find these lead weights, stick them on where you can, you know, and...
Did you ever stick them on a servo?
Oh yeah, stick them right on top of the servo,
just to give you weight?
Keep that weight down in front.
On top, on bottom,
inside. There's no tires, there's nothing.
Nothing, you know, the aftermarket is really slim, and then, I mean, the 10 scales were okay, you know, at the time, you know, and then I just got into 10 scales, bought a SCX2 trail honcho, and then from there just kind of...
Snowballs.
Yeah, snowballed. It opened up the whole world from there.
How long ago was this?
Oh, this must have been like almost 3 years ago now. Yeah, 2021 maybe.
I think everybody starts around. It was COVID.
COVID time.
Times,
If
it wasn't for COVID, I don't think I ever would get into crawlers. Yeah,
I think that's a lot of the people who are in it now started off where, you know, there's nothing to do.
Yep.
And you pick up a hobby and I think we should pick something different. But
for me, it was a little bit different. I actually, back in the 80s, I was into RC. I used to have like an old Grasshopper. I have RC10s, Kyosho Optimas. I think I have a Big Bear. I have a ton of them, and they're in the attic at my mom's house. And eventually, you know, started doing adult stuff, so they got put away. And then during COVID, I was like, man, I remember those RCs. I should go get them. And I'm like, start watching videos at home, and I saw the crawling videos, and I'm like, I should get one of those. I have the other stuff. And then I picked up an Element, and which is this truck here, and started messing with it stock, and then looking up stuff on YouTube and Facebook, and ended up hooking up with the Bark group. And I remember we were here crawling right here about 3 years ago with this truck, and then it just snowballed from there. Buying parts, switching parts, buying the wrong parts and buying more parts. And it's like, and then not liking the parts you bought and then changing them. This truck's been rebuilt like 10, 15 times.
I think we all go through those phases.
Yeah.
Dude, where you're like, it does good, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to redo it. And then, oh, shit. It's like, no, that doesn't work. You got to do it again.
No.
Do it again. Because I think, well, like you said, how many times have you swapped this thing out? I mean, not talking wheels or anything else, but I mean, what else have you swapped out on it?
How
many times?
It went from the stock chassis to a dredge chassis, and now I'm trying the G-Speed chassis.
Was it the V2?
I think it's the V3.
V3? I'm sorry, that's right, V3.
Yeah, V3.
Yeah, the V2 didn't really come out. But
yeah, it's had different motors. I think the only thing that's stock on it are the front drive shaft, transmission, and axles, because even the shocks I've swapped out.
Yeah, that laydown?
The Fox Belly?
Yeah.
I mean, it does
Element
pretty
trans,
good.
Right?
Yeah, Element trans. It does pretty good for what it is.
Well, it's straight axle.
Yeah. My OG.
Nice. The go-to rig right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's been through many iterations. This has been through quite a few chassis changes, you know, but everything's been carried over since then. I think it's been through two different rigs. And
the same setup?
Same setup, yeah. Just
four-wheel steer and everything?
Well, except for the four-wheel steer. That's something I added on just because after I've seen everybody use four-wheel steer, I'm like thinking, man, that's pretty cool. It's just amazing how it works. And then Eric made a good point about four-wheel steers. Think of it, you can change your wheelbase at will. You know, you can extend it and shorten it if you need to. And I realized, I mean, just having four-wheel steer just changes the whole dynamic of crawling. I mean, you can control the front end by using the rear end steer, by just laying the front end down, you know, because, you know, on regular two-wheel steer, you're dragging the back of most things, and you have to control the rear somehow by controlling the front. But having that rear steer just gives you that complete control of crawling, you know. It almost feels like you don't want to go back to a 2-wheel steer.
That's why I haven't done it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I haven't swapped over yet, because it's gonna ruin me. I know it.
It's just like because it gives you sometimes they're giving you that challenge that makes it difficult, but you know it's possible, makes it fun, you know. But when you add that 4-wheel steer limit, it's just that. It makes it easy, you know. It's almost like
it opens up new gates.
Exactly,
New
you move new challenges. You know, think of what
is.
else can I do? You know, now they have 4-wheel steer, I could probably make it up that where you wouldn't even think about with the 2-wheel steer rig, you know. And
it definitely does that.
It just changes open up a whole new world of crawling. You know, it's amazing.
So, Oscar started off with Element, right? Yep. You started off with a capper, I'm guessing.
My first, I still had a 10.2 trail honcho. I transferred it over to G speed rails at first, the V3, and then had the original pork belly rails at that time, and then at that time it was too similar to anything else, so I just decided to upgrade to the UGRC, swapped on the capper axles, and then went to a poised, put on the brass and everything like that, and then final iteration, you know.
You had a negative G too, right?
I had I still have that rig at home, the negative G. That's my old school. That's my old school rig right there. 3-link, you know, with the Ford motor mount, you know.
That was really cool. I like that.
Old school rig right there, so.
We always have that one rig that we don't really touch. We're like, that's kind of like my little...
Yeah, that's my negative G rig.
Yeah.
That's
I can't do
that.
that.
It's
you're always swapping stuff out?
I have to mess with everything. Because I also have a negative G.
Yeah.
And I've modified it, but it's hard to modify because it's designed to work a certain way. You can't really extend the wheelbase. But it's more of a challenge to tune because it doesn't give you a ton of options.
Right.
Nice. I still have my Reaper.
The Reaper, yeah. I love that rig. You know, that was the rig that I crawled up every time, anywhere that I needed to go if I wanted to kill lines. Just because I've crawled that rig so much that I know exactly how it's going to react. I know exactly what it's going to do, and I'll do certain lines where I'm like, you know, people are like, "Well, what'd you do?" And goes, "I know exactly what it's going to do. It's going to shift it this way, and then." Shift that way, and I'm like, see, I just know how this rig's gonna react, you know, and then
your rigs you're confident with.
Exactly, I'm confident with it.
You just get confident with that rig, and that's what you're comfortable with.
Exactly. If I'm going to like a competition, or if I'm gonna go where I'm gonna try to kill the hook clients, I know what rig to pick up, you know.
That's your second place winner, right?
That's like this one. Yeah, second place winner.
Number two.
Man, number 2. Jeez.
Care to explain?
Yeah. Oh my God! Every single comp. Oh my gosh! I mean, I remember last year when Stephen Beach, you know, and then you had those comps all set up around throughout the year. I participated in every single one of them, and every time, a second place. Second place, you know, and it was almost a given, you know. People are always wondering, "Oh, I get second place again." He goes, "No, in my streak, I'm probably going to get second place, and I get second place," you know, and then.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
You really got second place in all
Second place in all of them. I guess I can't complain. It's still a podium, but it's not. You know, if you're not first, you're last, right? So.
But hey, you're consistently.
You're top 3 though.
Yeah, top 3. Yeah.
No matter what.
Well, technically, you say top 2.
Hey,
that's
top
true,
2.
Yeah. Top 2. Yeah.
Guaranteed
Yeah,
top 2.
guaranteed top 2. Exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I got a couple little questions I want to play with you guys real quick.
Yeah.
It's which one would you like? Pick one. Your go-to. It's 10 questions. I'll start off with you, Jason.
Sure.
All right. Brushed, brushless.
Brushless.
Servo on axle, servo on chassis.
Servo and axle.
Straight axle, portal.
Portals.
Hard body, Lexan.
Ooh. Oh man.
Come on, tick, tick.
Hard body.
Hard body.
Hard body.
3S, 4S.
4S.
1.9, 2.2.
1.9.
Gates or trail?
Ooh. Gates.
110, 124.
110.
Dig, 2-speed.
Dig.
3-pin servo or direct servo? Direct power servo.
Direct power all the way.
Scale crawling or extreme crawling?
Extreme.
All right, cool. Thank you. And who would you want to see on the show next time?
Ooh, who would I see on the show next time?
Good question.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
Anybody that you know just...
I'd like to see Tony.
Tony?
Tony Costello, yeah. I was like, what he had to come here a couple years.
Tony would be good.
Talk, you know, he'd be a good one because he's just, you know, he's happy now into crawling because he's went through so many brokers. I remember how many times I crawled with him, and every time we go, something catastrophic happens and his day ends, you know.
Well, because he's driving that big ass that 6.
I know.
Well, even before that too.
Really?
You know, his rig that he had, he always go, something would always break, and it'd be like catastrophic, like a servo go out, or he stripped his pinion or something like that. Or I mean the craziest things would happen, or like he broke a link in half. Like
what about his house?
His house.
Let's not mention. We'll leave that for the show then.
I'll have Tony
we'll leave that
explain
for that. Too,
that's a whole story on its own, But but recently though, I mean, he's with this new rig that he's built, he's been super happy and it hasn't broken. I mean,
dude.
easily stuff that you can replace. Because we went to Don Edwards.
Dude, I was shocked. Dude, this place is crazy. I know you haven't been.
You will love that place, Don Edwards, because there's this. I mean, it's a nice area because there's rocks to climb anywhere, and it's cheater rig central. Because you bring an RTR rig or not even anything close to cheater, you're probably not gonna make it up the hill.
No, definitely not up the hill.
Not up the hill at all. And then that hill at the end, because we just crawl at the end, because it's such a tall climb. Every time we go there, we make it halfway and fall and break something.
Dude, it's steep.
It's like so steep.
Do you think this looks steep? Dude, that sucker to get that, like, you can get about halfway up, and then right at that middle point, dude, is where you're going to struggle. And then you go to the second half, and it's pretty decent. You can, find your way up there, but that middle part.
It's just, because you get stuck. It's just a crazy ledge where you need that front bite and rear bite at the same time, but not too much. Because it's so steep, so if you get too much, it's gonna flip.
And it's a drop, bro. Yeah. I think, what is that, like maybe a 20 foot?
25, 25 foot,
Like when you're crawling it and you look down, you're like, oh shit, like you're just kind of like hanging onto the wall. Like,
you want to lean against the wall, because if you fall, you are gonna get hurt.
You're gonna get hurt.
Big fall, so
it's gnarly.
Yeah. You were telling me DRP and a mix of Genentech.
Genentech.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got like the DRP kind of feel to it, because it's on a hill.
For those who don't know, DRP is Dana Rock Park.
Yeah, so it's like the rocks are on a hill, so they look like they're straight, but then they're at an incline, so when you're crawling it, it's just weird. And then, but yeah, like I said, it's right by the water, and it's got like I said, a Genentech feel, but it's got DRP kind of style of crawling.
I like that. I miss DRP.
Yeah,
I haven't been in a while.
Yeah, but it's the glass and everything.
I remember that. Yeah. So let me get your questions now.
Okay.
All right. Brushed, brushless.
Brushless.
Servo on axle or servo on chassis?
Servo on axle.
Straight axle or portal?
Straight axle.
Hard body, Lexan.
Hard body for trailing, Lexan for crawling.
Okay. 3S, 4S?
3S.
1.9, 2.2?
1.9.
Gates or trail?
Crawling gates are fine. Trailing, two different things.
Pick one. Your go-to.
What I prefer to do? I rarely do gates, so I would say trail.
Trail, all right. 1.9 or 110 or 124?
110.
Dig, two-speed?
Neither.
Neither. If you had to pick one?
Probably dig.
Dig. 3-pin servo or direct power servo?
Direct power.
Scale crawling or extreme crawling?
Both.
Pick one.
If I had to pick one, extreme.
Extreme.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then I guess if someone you want to see next time on the show, your
Tony.
recommendation.
I mean, he said Tony, so I'm not going with Tony.
Somebody else.
Stephen Beach.
Stephen Beach.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because we actually started together at the same time with Bark, and he's gone more towards the trail side, but he does both. But he's done some nice builds on the trail.
Yeah, dude, I've seen him grow too.
Yeah.
Where like his first rigs, you're ready to runs it, and he starts coming out with like these super scale rigs, and he's like killing it out there. I'm like, what the heck?
And he's crawling really good.
Yeah. And he's always been a small tire guy.
Yeah,
seriously, he has.
I mean, I remember back when we used to go to the creek on Penitentiary Creek, and he would have 3.3s at the creek.
Damn. Those are tiny.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see some of his new builds.
Yeah, I think he's got that. Was it the Comanche? That blue rig?
He's got a couple of them.
Yeah.
He's got the dually one.
Oh, he's got a crazy Lexan one too. That Power Wagon thing.
Oh, that's right.
It's dually, but it's leafed.
Yep.
It's kind of a trip.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
and I think it's
front.
it's linked in the front.
Yeah.
I like his green Wrangler that he has with the hard body. No, is it brown actually? The
Comanche.
The Comanche. Was it the Comanche? Was it? I thought it was a Wrangler. Okay, but it was a
Yeah.
hard body though, right?
It's a hard body with a flatbed, I think it was.
It was a Forest Ranger, right?
Yes.
Oh, we gotta when we do them, we gotta tell him to bring his rigs.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's got some cool rigs,
Oh, we gotta talk
He
to
must,
him. There
I think we all strive to be where he is. Retired and just crawling.
He's good at comps too, man. Like he's super
really
legit
good at
at
planning
like
that,
putting on comps.
Very organized.
He's good at setting up gates. Like we've done competitions here in Linda Vista where like he comes up with lines like damn, I would have never thought to do that. You know, when we've done the 24s, where I used to help them all the time. Remember, I was as a timekeeper. But yeah, it's like, dude, I would have never thought of that. And he came up with some good lines.
I definitely learned a lot from him with gates.
Lines do change though. Once you start putting gates up, the simplest line could be like daunting. It's like, oh shit, like you can walk right over it, but once there's gates, it's a completely different way to approach it.
It's also the way you're approaching it. Like you're saying, like you're coming in, you're setting up, then the next gate, and the next one's setting up.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different way of taking it on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, can't wait forward to the next comp.
This shit's it's gonna start up soon. I mean, right now it's ideal because it's not getting too hot.
Yeah.
But during the summer, man, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Like right now, at least you get a breeze and whatnot. But hopefully we get to see something here soon.
I'm down. I'm looking forward to that too.
We should plan something soon.
Yeah.
I want to go to Calabasas. Haven't been there in a while.
Oh, dude, that place probably got destroyed.
Oh man, with the waters that came
Yeah,
through,
that place we're gonna have to rebuild that place for sure.
Probably,
Well,
yeah.
Penitentiary got destroyed. I remember.
Well,
That's what I
that
heard.
place is gone.
That place is gone. It's just
You can't even crawl it anymore. Like it's all the lines that were there, Tombstone,
Everything's gone.
Everything's gone, or just
washed out. You know.
Yeah, the water took
it's
care
bad.
of that.
Yeah, but no, I'm pretty sure Calabasas is gonna be the same way.
But you never know. It could be new lines, better lines.
Oh no, I'm not saying about like the big huge boulders are still gonna be there. I'm just talking about all the
Stuff at the bottom.
the bottom that we built. I mean, it took forever to do that too.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll do another rebuild and crawl
Yeah,
day.
definitely.
You know, like that was shit. How long ago was that?
It's been over a
At
year.
least a year.
Yeah.
Over a year for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember setting that up and there was shit. It was you, Juan.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like at least 15, 20 of us just building shit.
Yeah, because I remember the first time I went is when you set up an event there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like this spot.
It was dope, man. I mean, I used to go there by myself sometimes just to kind of check it out. It's the way to crawl. It's weird. It's like remember Donkey Kong, the original game, where it was like you kind of go up this way.
Yeah.
That's the way it's set up.
Yeah, that's why I like it. You could just sit there and there's a lot to do and you don't have to walk around too far.
yeah.
No, you definitely don't.
You go all the way to the
stand
top.
at
That's the
bottom.
only thing though. On the top, you can't see what's up there, and there's pockets. I want to fill that whole top up so when you're driving it around, you don't have to worry about like your shit getting caught in there.
Yeah.
Because you can't see up there. That thing's it's higher than the wall.
Yeah.
I fell from the top one time.
Oh,
Almost fell
shit.
on top of somebody.
There's a lot of loose gravel there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
needs to be cleared up.
Yeah, I slipped and then I ended up jumping on another rock and almost landed on top of somebody else because I was trying to do the lines at the top.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that it would be dope. Maybe even fill it up with like some concrete.
Yeah.
Just on the top flat spots, or you don't get all that.
Yeah, it would be a good idea.
I don't know how the city will feel, but keep it on the low.
We don't say nothing.
I don't say anything. We just do it.
The weekly events, you're still doing that, right?
Yeah, every Thursday.
How's that going?
It's going good. It's been kind of it's kind of weird. Sometimes sometimes no one show up, so it's just myself.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, there's had a couple of times. Well, only one time it's happened, and there were sometimes it'll be like 2 or 3
One or
people
two,
show up.
yeah.
You know? And then sometimes it'll be a group of like 10 people. It's like wow, everybody shows up. So I guess it just depends on, who's off that day.
Someone's like, you guys need to RSVP to get this thing, or it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. It's tough, I know, because it's a Thursday. Everybody works.
Yeah.
And it's 5 p.m. Everybody's off at 5, right? I mean, it's in San Jose. I mean, of course, there's traffic going there, right? I mean,
Well, yeah. I don't know about other people, but like when I started crawling, it was during COVID. I was working from home every day of the week. So it was like at 4:30, I could just log off of the computer, grab the truck, and walk out the door. So I can be somewhere within 15, 20 minutes. And then Fowler is the closest thing to my house. And I remember like when I used to go there by myself and I used to tell like Victor and Johnny and other people in the groups, you guys got to come check this place out. And they're like, well, we don't know. And then eventually everybody started coming over to Fowler. And now Fowler is like the place to be. But I'm kind of tired of Fowler because that's always been my go-to place.
Yeah.
And then that's why I want to go to Calabasas because I haven't been there.
it's always fun. It's being hollow.
Yes.
Well, I mean, dude, you can spend.
Being hollow.
You can't beat that place.
That
man.
is the place.
You can go do the same lines over and over again, and then like find a random new one.
That's the only place where I'm actually worried about running out of battery. Because
dude, I know that feeling.
Here
way
around
too
these
well.
areas, 1, 2 battery packs, but there though, you can easily go to 3,
That's
4.
definitely happened to me.
Or you got to bring lunch.
Yeah, you got to bring
Yes.
lunch.
Shit you not, man. Like you got to bring lunch. You reboot yourself, dude, because you can be there all day.
There's a taqueria in Half Moon Bay, 20 miles up.
Yeah.
Taqueria La Galena. Got to check that place out.
But see,
That's
now
their stop.
is like we're out of COVID supposedly, but now it's like I don't work from home every day. So now, to make the Thursday event, I have to get off of work at 4:30, drive home,
Grab your
change, grab my stuff. So I'm not going to be out the door till like, I won't be go home till 5. I won't get there.
By the
till
time you
5.
get back to the crawl, it's already halfway done.
Yeah, so it's like, it's like I'm not gonna make it on time, and I'm not gonna, if I rush, I'm not gonna enjoy it. So now it's more like weekend events.
Yeah.
Is what I can make.
Do you guys plan on doing weekend events or just weekdays?
I think they're still
I
doing it now.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we'll plan it like this was an unplanned event, but people showed up, and it's nice. It worked out great actually in this case, So
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to do more events on the weekends too. I mean, they just have to plan them ahead and just hopefully get a good showing of people. And
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
And just so everybody knows, Jason's a member of BART. He's actually an admin and weekly event hoster.
That's me. So those Thursday event crawls, I do those.
Just to put it out there, you're not the actual one in charge of it, right? Because then people get confused. They always ask, "Oh, Jason's the one in charge of BART, right?"
Well, Mike just kind of let me just kind of take free reign of it, because I guess he used to be kind of doing it, But Mike and Anibal are kind of like, I guess they're busy with stuff, so they just kind of pass it on to me to kind of handle things now. So they're still somewhat active, though, but I
But
think,
you're the event guy.
yeah, I'm the event guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice way to put it.
Yeah. Hope everybody else posts events too. I don't want to.
Please,
I don't
please,
want to be like the
event.
only one. Yeah, please
Help me
events, 'cause
out.
I like to go to someone else's events.
We got to go back to the old school when you used to do the crawling and donuts.
No, yeah.
Oh
But
man, you used to do a lot. Every week there was always an event.
There was
I think everybody
something
looked
always
forward to, like,
planned.
oh, I think Edgar's gonna plan an event this
Yeah.
weekend. I think-
well, dude, life gets in the way too. I mean, so I get
Yeah.
it. I mean, nowadays it's like, I mean, I go on at least a couple months, 2-3 months without crawling.
I mean, I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And they both play sports.
Yeah, they play
That's
sports
crazy.
and they're
Yeah.
at school now.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them are just, it takes up a lot of time and work.
Exactly.
There's always something to do.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and especially now that they're getting older, there's always something
Well, Juan, you're on the same boat too, right?
I got 3 kids.
Oh, yeah.
that he knows of.
Thrice.
No, I'm just-
See, I'm a couple of steps behind Steve at Beach because my daughter's already in college, so
You're almost there.
yeah. So it's like she's not around, so I don't have to go pick her up, drop her off, or anything. So I'm available.
Yeah.
My biggest issue is my work.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's everybody's hurdle right there. It's just finding time from work. You're either exhausted or, I mean, during the weekend, that's the only time you have with family. So
Yeah.
you got to kind of juggle both, But then
Yeah.
again, make time for yourself. I mean, to me, this is like a breather.
Yeah.
You just forget about everything, and you're just crawling. You're hanging out with friends, and you go back to,
That's why I work. You work to look forward to the weekend to do.
To pay
things
for
that
the
are fun,
RC.
To the pay for the RC, and in my case,
You know another person I would like to see in the podcast? Giovanni.
Oh shit! Yeah,
That's a good one.
we can put him. Yeah, we can get him on here. It's gonna be him and a couple other kids or something.
Well, we had that other kid that used to hang out with us, but he hasn't been around in a while. He used to come around with his dad.
Yeah.
And he was really
oh.
good too.
I forgot their names, dude.
Yeah,
they,
but
they just disappeared too.
Yeah.
They were super into it.
Yes.
What was their name? Shit.
You know exactly
I know
what I'm
who
talking
you're
about.
talking
Yeah.
He's big on the competitions.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they were very technical. I mean, this
Yes.
guy had like a spreadsheet of shit, bro.
Reaper rigs,
Yeah.
right? They built.
Yeah.
What's
The
his name?
mullet build.
Mehmet.
Yeah.
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that guy was
They were
super
they
like
got into crawling.
they brought it down to like a fucking science, bro.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like
And
he
they're
would bring
both-
out like a portfolio like this, and this, and like he would like record his data. It was kind of a trip. And I'm like, what?
I guess what happens when you get an engineer that gets a hold of a crawler and
Yeah.
realizes there's so much technicality to this, and I mean,
Well,
there's
yeah.
there's a lot of technicality to it, but you can make it technical or you can make it simple, Yeah.
AKA Eric.
Eric,
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
Eric,
I can't build like him or
No,
like.
but he has a passion to it. and
Yeah,
I
he
love
knows.
it. I
He'll
love
look
that.
at your rig when you're driving, and that's what It's funny. Like I noticed the other day where Don Edwards, he was looking at my rig and it was doing that some weird shit, and I was like, why is it doing this? And he's looking at me. He's like, what springs are you running on your rig? And I'm like,
He knew right away.
I'm like, oh shit,
He knew
I
right
fucked up.
away.
I put the wrong springs in the rear. I put super soft. Like they were super soft, and I'm like, why is my fucking rig doing that? And then I look at it. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, okay, but he instantly knew.
He's
It's
got
like,
the
dude,
eye
what
for
are you
these things,
running?
That's
Like,
amazing.
what are you running? Like he'll know. It's
Eric is like the Matrix.
He's the guru.
Yeah, he's the
Mr.
Matrix.
Miyagi, bro.
He sees the numbers around it.
Right?
Oh
So,
yes.
Technical
Is he-
crawling right
But the
there.
cool thing about it, he won't call you out on it. He'll ask you for you to figure out what's wrong with it. But he already knows. He won't be like, dude, your rig's it's running like shit because of this. No, he's like,
he'll give you pointers.
Yeah, he'll be like, hey, so what are you running?
Yeah.
You know, well, oh, okay. And then he'll kind of make you think about what your fucking rig. I'm like, oh shit, and you catch on to it.
Yeah.
So Don Edwards, he was hinting, because he was like, if the rear had just a little more bite on the left,
dude, he does that. Yeah.
And then the rear steered into that gripper, and it just happened to grab at the last moment. And I was about to go through a whole battery pack on that climb too, because that's a battery pack climb. You spend the whole time on that. I mean, Tony ran out during the middle of the climb, and he had to battery pack out and
start over.
Again, but it's a battery.
Yeah, no, if there's a guy out there that's gonna walk you through like a comp, like a spotter, dude, Eric.
Oh yeah.
That guy, he would just. Yeah, I don't know. He's like, he looks into the future. He knows what the fuck's gonna happen.
He knows exactly. He knows what's gonna happen.
He sees things that we don't.
Yeah.
Or sees them in a different way.
But the crazy part is like his background, where his roots are, it's all racing. So that's all technical. So he brought that over to crawling, and that's something I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do. Mm-mm. Like really get technical on the rigs, and that's why his rigs do what they do. Or like the certain type of lines he's able to do just constantly. And he's just chilling, It's like, it's crazy. But yeah, he sees all that little technical stuff that's on the rig.
Because I've had conversations with him where I'm like, dude, you're like the only one that I can talk to about that like tells me these things. Everybody else just is guessing, and you're like, this is why this does this and that and that. And I'm like, I should be recording this conversation.
Dude, our conversations that we record.
Bro, it would go
more than
hours. Bro, and it would just sit there and just snowball. Because the thing is, when you start talking to Eric, you're talking to him for a while. And the thing is, it's not like it's boring or anything. It's just like, he really sucks you into the conversation where, like, you understand what he's saying. Like, it's I don't know, it's a trip.
But it's also his approach because, you have people that'll look at your rig and say, well, you should do this, this, and that. And then you're like, but why?
Yeah.
Oh, he explains
and
why.
then Eric doesn't tell you should do this. He'll look at your rig and it's like, well, have you thought about this, this, and this? And then he just puts that seed in your head, and then you're like, he just destroyed my thoughts on what I thought I had a good build. Now I'm like, now I see all the flaws.
Yeah.
And he didn't tell me to change it. He just said, have you thought about this? Have you looked into this? And you're like, oh shit, wait a minute.
Yeah, I know. It gets
and then
you to do that.
Sit there and then your mind just starts going like, I got to go back and redo this.
Yeah, so he's a padrino.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what we call him. It is a trip. But yeah, I mean, he's changed a lot of shit around for the crawler scene, tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. I remember when he first came up with the chassis when they had it out here, when they were calling it the wet noodle.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that even going to work?
Oh, it works.
And now
It works very well.
Fast forward to now.
It works extremely
it's
well.
Like,
Man.
I'm building one, and it should be done by next week. But it's like, we all got one now.
Yeah. Dude, no matter where you go, you'll see one.
Yeah.
You can be even out of the area, and someone's going to have one.
Yeah. I saw one all day in Oregon. Visiting my parents, went in Tillamook, Oregon. Everybody had trail rigs, and there's one guy walking down the hill, and I could recognize the rails.
Yeah, the rails gave it away.
Rails, like, wait a minute, I kind of know what that is. And I walk up to him and goes, is that the PBX? He goes, yeah, I just picked it up a few days ago. I'm still kind of putting it together. And I mean, this is not even this is Tillamook. This is population of 7,000 people on the coast. It's a small city. And someone had, and it was out there. I was
awesome.
shocked, It's really, really, the good is spreading.
Yeah, it's grown.
Yeah.
Definitely has. Well, definitely, guys. Thank you so much for all this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
We'll see you guys next time on the rocks.
Right. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us in another episode of RC Cars and Coffee. Did you get the trailer you're aching for? If so, join us next time for more RC wisdom and pro tips. Till then, happy crawling!
Stay tuned. We should have him just walk in the background.
Right.
Just like cameo.
Yeah.